Hello everybody, Levi Clay here, back again to do another Guitar Pro 7 tutorial video. This time we're looking at section markings, rehearsal markings, and also directions in the piece. So let's jump in and take a look. I've written this rather uninspired piece, but that's cool. We've just got power chord, riffs, boring chords, there's a sound change in there to some clean guitar. I've written a bridge, and then some repeating stuff, but we'll come to that. So what I want to do is mark out what section is what. We can do that by going down to, you see this A key down here. It says, if you hover over it, edit for some reason. You can access it via shift and insert, or, of course, you can just press the button. I tend to press the button. And what this brings up is our section markers. So this gives us a drop down for the letter. And if I hit in A there, and I've got the choice to give it a name. I'm not going to give this section a name, just because it's literally 2 bars. It's like a lead in to the piece. So when we hit that, what you'll see is an A section marker is put in. Let's give this song a title as well. Boring Song. When I jump down to this next line, I'm thinking of this as being more of a main riff. So the B section, I'm going to, under here, type in main riff. Verse, so again, I jump down to my sections part, hit that button, and I want the letter C in here. And under, I can click a drop down and select verse if that suits, or write something in like I've written main riff in there. Here I'm thinking of this as being a chorus, so I'm going to, again, D section. Chorus, wonderful. And then this was going to be my solo, so again I'm just marking that section in. I forgot what letter I was up to, D, so the E section will be our solo. Then I've got a bridge, and then this is a double chorus. Double chorus, and then finally an outro. Now this does have some benefits, marking out your score like this, aside from communicative purposes, being able to say to the people that you're working with, you know, pay careful attention to the verse, the C section, or let's take it from the solo, the E section. Let's go from G. Markings like that are useful. You refer to them as rehearsal markings. But also, when working on a score, what you'll see down here under the mixer is that you can see where all of these markings are now. Double chorus, bridge, and if I click any one of those, either clicking the letter F bridge or clicking where that is in the score, I can find that section. So let's go to the double chorus. Let's go to the verse. Wonderful. It jumps me there. It's a good way of getting there. But as you can see, I've put no repeats or anything like that in. Currently, this song is just going to play from start to finish. And we don't want that because that's not really how songs work. Now, you could go in and type everything out manually, how you want things to go, because what I really want is the intro riff to play, then the main riff to play, the verse to play, then the chorus to play, then the solo to play, and then I want to go back to this main riff. Hit the verse, the chorus, jump over the solo and go to the bridge. I want the bridge to play, and then the double chorus to play. Bridge to play, and then I would like it to jump back into the verse. I want the verse to play, and then jump over to the double chorus and outro. Now, all of this can be achieved by using what's known as directions. If we look up here, what you'll see is directions can be accessed via the D key. This is actually a coda sign. So I'm going to hit that, and really now it's about learning what all of these options are. In essence, target is where something is going to, and jump tells you what to jump to. So you always jump to a target. The jump direction tells you where to go, and that target is the place that you are going to. So we need to learn fini or fine. Fini means finish, end. Da capo means to the top, to the start. Desegno means to the sign, and this is the sign. Desegno segno, to the double sign, that's our double sign. Decoder means go to the coder, and the double coder means go to the double coder. Now we've also got these other options. For example, if you wanted to play something up to your chorus, go back to the start, da capo, we can then use this drop down, and it might be da capo al coda, which means go back to the start, da capo al coda, until you reach the sign that tells you to go to the coda, and then go to the coda. Make sense? Let me walk you through it. So the song is going to play as normal. Verse plays, intro riff plays, main riff plays, verse plays, chorus plays, solo plays. At this point, at the end of this bar, I don't want it to go onto the bridge. I want a direction to tell me to go back to this main riff. So what I'm going to use is da segno. I'm going to use da segno as is, just to the sign. So at this point it's going to tell the music to go, or tell the performer to go back to the sign. Now I've not put the sign in, so let's put the sign in. Let's go to the start of the main riff, hit D for direction, and put that marker in. So what's going to happen now is when we get to that bar, it's going to jump back to that section. Let me put some palm muting on there because that's not how I wanted that to sound. I want this piece of music to sound as boring as possible, remember. So that direction marking worked fine. Okay, let's just play through this in our mind. Riff, main riff, verse, chorus, solo. It's gone back to desegno. Now, at this point, actually, I'm going to change this. I don't want this to be desegno. I want this to be desegno al coda. I want it to play DS al coda. I want it to play to the sign and then get to the point where it moves to the coda. So I'm going to put that coda in there, and my bridge section is where I want it to jump to. So under D I'm going to put my coda sign in there. Wonderful. So on after our del segno al coda is going to take us back to the sign, play through da coda, and then jump over to that bridge. We then play through the bridge, and then at this point I want da double segno. And do I want, yeah, we'll put the double coda in there as well. So it's getting complicated. I mean, I deliberately put this many, normally you wouldn't put this many directions in. I just wanted to show you what's possible. So to the double sign and then play to the coda, double coda, sorry. And I want my double sign to be here. So D for direction, what am I doing? So there's my double sign, my verse. And that's going to play until, where do we want to go to? Let's go to the, ooh. Let's go, will that even work? Yeah, that will work, hopefully. To the double chorus, and then here I'm putting in my double coda sign. Now in theory everything should be good here. Now boring song, it's a boring song, yes, but I've managed to write it all out on no more than 3 pages. Let's check that it works. So intro riff, into the main riff, the B section, into our verse, into the chorus. That's some really questionable signs. Into our solo section. Now it's going to go back to the sign, which is our main riff. It's going to play for our verse as we'd expect. Remember, this was a DS al coda, so it's going to take us to the point where the coda is marked in here. Oh, da coda to the bridge here. That double segno. Now this is playing to the double coda. Really need to put that let ring in on there. Now remember, we've got the double coda at this point. It's taking us to our double chorus. Wonderful. Into our outro. And that's our complete song. So it worked exactly as we needed it to. Now it's important to understand the reason that we're doing things like this. The reason we do something like this is so that we don't have to have that same song covering 12 pages. There's no reason for it to cover 12 pages. So why use 12 pages? I appreciate that some people are going to prefer to do that, and of course that's absolutely fine. This is just an option, and now you know how to do it. Now you can experiment with it if you want to. Wonderful tool to be able to use when it works, and it works. Let me just check one last thing actually, because I know it did this in Guitar Pro 6. There should be... Yeah, so if I change this to that double coda, where is D? The double coda. Tell you what, I'll change something else. Let's go here where it says if I put in the wrong marking. So here where it says DS al coda, if I put DS al fini to the play back to the sign until the finish mark, and I put fini in here, none of this will actually play. There'll be no way for the music to get to this. In Guitar Pro 6 it would warn you of that, so that's something to be aware of. It's always worth making sure that everything plays the way that you need it to, and if that means having to sit through the entire piece, then sometimes that means sitting through the entire piece. So a useful tool nonetheless. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that, and I would just like to extend my extreme gratitude to these people over here, wonderful people over here that support me over on Patreon. These guys all support me for a $10 or more tier. If you do want to support me over on Patreon and get your name on that list, throw me $10 and you get there. Or you can support me for as little as $1. It really is appreciated. It helps me to keep bringing content to everybody, and also, you know, pay my mortgage and all that good shit. So you guys, patrons, I love you, and yes, I really appreciate everything you've done. You get loads of cool stuff for joining us on Patreon, so please do consider that. Of course you don't have to. The whole point of those patrons is that they are allowing me to bring you content like this and not have to sell my soul doing some of the work that I've had to do in the past in music just to keep the mortgage paid. So if you have enjoyed this, as I say, you can check me out on Patreon by clicking that button up there. You can subscribe to my channel by hitting this little button down here. You can check out a playlist to more of these Guitar Pro 7 tutorial videos up there, and you can check out this video over here that's specially for you by clicking that button in the bottom right. As always guys, I really do appreciate your support, so comments, likes and all of that good stuff, especially shares actually, are appreciated. Peace out, and I'll be back for another video soon. Bye.